I'm John Shumway at Children's Hospital, and we are following the story of acute flaccid myelitis, AFM. And this is really a scary thing going on for parents and for grandparents dealing with little kids. This thing hits primarily 5 to 8 year olds, but it is so rare. Rare as it may be, if it is your child, it is devastating, because what happens is a child starts to lose use of their limbs, of an arm, maybe both arms, maybe an arm and a leg, maybe both legs. So they could get to a point where they're almost paralyzed. It's almost polio-like. Well, today we found out a couple of things. For one thing, the Allegheny County Health Department says the number of cases locally has grown. The suspected cases, I should say. It was 3, now it looks like there are suspected 6 cases. And the weird thing about it is they come from all over the place. 5 of the cases, suspected cases, are from Allegheny County, but they're not from one particular area. They're from all over. They're not like from one school or anything at all that would be in common. And that is what is very perplexing about this. The CDC, the doctors here at Children's Hospital, doctors at children's hospitals all over the country, Colorado's got a large number of these cases, are trying to figure this out. They've been trying to figure it out for years, for that matter. There seem to be spikes of AFM every 2 years. There were about 150 cases in 2014. There were about 130 cases in 2016, and so far we're in the 60s, about 62, 63 cases across the country this year. Now, when you hear those numbers, you realize how rare it is. I mean, we're talking extremely rare. The doctors here at Children's Hospital talked to us about it today. They were not willing to talk about the cases they are treating, but they did want to, if you will, bust some myths or put into perspective AFM and what it means. Because when you hear about this and you hear that it's polio-like and that it hits kids 5 to 8 years old, it's pretty scary stuff. The good news is a lot of these kids recover fully. There are some who don't, and those are the really terribly sad stories. But we'll get into this at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight on KDKA-TV. Try to help you out in understanding and putting into perspective what is AFM, what's the likelihood of it threatening anyone you know, and what are they doing about it? What's the CDC? What are the doctors here doing? How do they treat it? We'll tell you what they know so far. And there are an awful lot of questions that are still lingering out there, all coming up on the news on KDKA-TV News at 5 and 6 o'clock. It's an important story, and I hope you'll join me for it.